the reason why I wanted to have a half hour with you, Medea, is because what you're putting together and the way that you're doing it has, well, it means a lot to me. And I really, really am valuing being able to watch how you're putting things together.
Oh.
So, so I know that you're probably, pretty spent after all that you and Ivan have done. And then to offer each of us the opportunity to kind of sit with you for half an hour, to me is just, I couldn't pass it up.
Oh, thank you. That's wonderful. That makes me there's a nice glow right now around my heart.
Yay.
Thank you. You're an exquisite human being, and I feel so privileged to know you and to be able to share, do an exchange of energies with you. It's been really wonderful to witness, how you operate, how you work, and your true spirit of collaboration and co-creation and support. So it's like, I really see that you really embody these principles, these qualities. You're not just preaching them. I see that you actually put them into practice, and that's really beautiful. It's refreshing and it's hopeful. It's like, okay, yeah, it's true. It happens, not just yeah. So thank you again.
Yeah.
And what I like to do before we start is to kind of attune ourselves, attune our energies, right? So that we are consciously aware that we're in the same, we're coming from the same intention, we're coming from the same energy, and we want to do this little journey together, and that is for both our highest good. So whatever it is that we open ourselves right now to receive, because we're co-creating, not just you and I, but also there's an invitation to bring in the highest energies, let's call it of the Shakti energy, of Divine Mother energy, to come and play with us, to come and support us and guide us and inspire us in this little, in this time that we have together.
Wonderful. Sounds wonderful. Okay, take us there. Attune us.
Yeah, so it's taking a couple of deep breaths, cleansing breaths. So just taking in a lot of oxygen, as much as your body's capable of holding, of taking in right now. Open, expand, hold, feel yourself, feel your energy, and then release. And as you're releasing, just release whatever it is, whatever tension, whatever tightness, whatever may be right now, in the way, whatever it's not serving, whatever it's not necessary to be here, so that we create a clear channel, that we become clear vessels of the beauty and the love and the wisdom that wants to come through. So doing it again, taking another deep breath, open, expand, hold, just feel, release, let go. One more time. Just allow yourself now to align with the intention of opening your mind, opening your heart, opening your whole being to the deepest part of yourself, to the wisdom, the love, the knowledge, the radiance, the beauty, the truth that already lives inside of us. So I invite you to think about that in you and to make an intention that is what you're wanting to bring. That is what you are connecting with inside of yourself. That is your identity right now. That is who you are. bringing your attention into your heart center now, and just taking a deep breath from there as you're breathing in. Open your heart, stretch it to as wide as it can be, and just allowing the love of the universe to come in your heart, to be breathing it in. And then this love of the universe is meeting, is connecting, is meshing, is melting with the love that already exists in your heart, to become one big love. Your human heart, your human love is merging with your divine, spiritual love. And as you're breathing it, just breathing it throughout your whole body, sending it through the roots underneath your feet into the earth, breathing it outside of your body, expanding it as far as it goes, just feeling the infinite quality of it. And then taking another deep breath, and taking it in, and as you're breathing it now out, breathing it outwardly into the universe, into the world. So just feel this circular love coming inside of you, connecting with your love, merging with that, and breathing it out again. So just feel the circle, the cycle of love, of taking in, receiving, and giving. Now just bringing yourself back into your body, into this moment, just feeling yourself, your aliveness, embodiment, feeling your energy, the energy that is Donna, opening our heart right now to you. I open my heart to be a clear vehicle to assist you and guide you in whatever way it's needed right now. Thank you.
Thank you, Medea.
You're welcome, Donna. So if right now you are in this place inside of you, this place of this experience of expansiveness, this experience of, again, in this moment, connected with the deeper sense and the deeper experience of who you are, the deeper essence. And so now if you ask in this space, in this field, if there is, what is it that wants attention? What is it that it's seeking for attention from you that wants to be, transformed and integrated, as a new way of being? And just see what comes. I just started that way.
Well, I feel like I have something that's come up, and it's actually a physical issue. That whenever I don't get physical issues often, when I do, I find what chakra is it closest to whatever the issue is in the body. And about 6 weeks ago, it might have been when you invited me. It might have been when you invited me to be seen on Skype, for goodness sake. I hadn't thought about that. At any rate, it might have been about 6 weeks ago, I started having pain in my tailbone, right at the bone, right on the bone. So that it got so bad, it has gotten so bad, that when I am attempting to get out of bed in the morning, it's like, ouch! And if I don't sit too long at the computer. I try to get up every 30 minutes and move around, and I walk 4 miles. every day. But so I'm looking at what is, the base chakra, and the fear is connected to the deeper part of me. We're talking about my roots.
Mhm.
And Medea, the painting series that I'm working on is Roots and Wings.
Well, I was just going to say that. I was going to say roots and wings. Yeah. So the way I like to see this, and I know that this is also how you see it, is to immediately starting to take that stance of what is the gift for me right now? What is through this, because you made an intention that you're doing this project, Roots and Wings, and now as you are journeying through this process, whatever is inside of you that is not aligned with that is coming to the surface for you to transform it, for you to recognize it, for you to relate to it in a new, empowered and loving way, transforming it, and then incorporate the gift, the transformed understanding of it. So what I would like to suggest right now is that you have a response to it. You're facing it right now in this moment, as if you don't know what it is, as if you don't have already a conceptual understanding, that you face it straight from your heart, and you just surrender it, open, and saying, okay, I welcome you. And just sit with, and just even feel, if you're feeling it right now, the pain a little bit, and so that you are responding to it from this deeper, wider place inside of you, and just asking, what is this all about? What is that inside of this pain? What is the deeper understanding or the wisdom that wants to come through underneath the pain?
Yeah, that's very good. The wisdom underneath the pain. Because the pain wants to stop the attention at the pain.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
I 5 days ago, so I'm thinking it's about 6 weeks that I've been having the pain, and so about 5 days ago, actually this is the 6th day because I'm keeping track, 6 days ago I started to take anti-inflammatories.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Acetaminophen, I think I'm taking, yeah, and to give my body a chance to rest, and because I'm kind of the kind of person who I power through the pain, and about so 6 days ago I started taking anti-inflammatories, and I'm going to take them for a total of 10 days, and then I'm probably going to go to the doctor and get an X-ray to see if I have a cyst.
Oh.
Because if some kind of if there's something happening in my body, rather than just the energetic. I always work with the energetic first. And what is the wisdom underneath the pain? I don't know.
Well, the thing is that, of course, that if the pain persists, then yes, you want to support your body on a physical level as well.
Yeah.
And you know that regardless of that, there is always an energetic and emotional, a less than, other than conscious component to it.
Yeah.
And so you want to deal with it on a physical level, and you also want to understand the energetic, the emotional, the more unconscious part of it, because that is really you moving into the cause. So you're taking care of the issue on a physical level because now it's already manifest, but you're also working on the causal level so that you can understand the cause of it. You can understand the purpose of it.
Yeah.
And then putting it into, elevating that so that when we are having an issue, we kind of like we we are traditionally used to looking at the issues from a lower level, like, oh, we react to it from a negativity, from like, this is an issue, this is bad. But it's almost like even issues I am experiencing now that I wanted to address or I want to respond, the breakdowns, the issues, the pain, from an honoring place, from honoring whatever is coming in my life, in myself, even what, the less comfortable and the less beautiful things. Because everything has a gift for me. Everything has a meaning. So I'm really training myself to honor everything that comes up in that way. Because there is a meaning, there is a higher purpose to everything. So, and it's kind of like you're an artist. You're a very creative person. And I know that you are living from this place of incorporating the understanding and the practice of your own energy. So now it's almost like when you're asking that question, don't even expecting that the answer is going to come cognitively. It's going to come like a very perfect answer. But perhaps because, you have been journeying like me in this last 6 weeks, and for me even longer, around this theme of women, and wisdom and power and empowerment. So it's almost like we have already been inside of this collective, this conversation and energy that we have created together through the summit. It's almost like then, like the invitation is to respond to this issue from that feminine perspective, which is that you're sensing it, you are allowing it to move through your body, through your own feminine channels, like through your intuition, through your heart. So it's like when you are asking the question, then open yourself up to receive it from that place, which may be a little bit more subtle, or it may come maybe in the form of another sensation, another feeling, or maybe it could come in the form of an image or a memory or something that it's not necessarily logical in the moment, because maybe that is how the energy is coming, the answer is coming to you, which is also support you in anchoring yourself in this way of experiencing yourself, including your pain.
Thank you. This is really, really helpful because you're opening to receive the subtle feelings and opening to remember, letting images come in. I mean, here I am, an artist, and you're reminding me, that it's through my work that I release the things I don't even know about.
Exactly. Yes.
And one of the things that I didn't know about when you invited me to take part in the Global Summit, which I just, I don't know how to tell you how much I'm impressed by what you and Ivan did. Just really beautiful. But for me, taking part, I recognize now, that, and as we're kind of, I got the aha that this pain started just about the time that I was pushing myself through my resistance. I mean, Medea, I had to practice with my assistant. I had to have her, I'd never done Skype before. I had to practice with my assistant. I said, please, help me out here. I don't feel comfortable with this, being seen, and, just everybody, I just had, tapes running in my brain. And when it was done, it felt, when I was finished with the interview with you, I felt like, oh, that was really fun. Then I started watching the interviews when they started coming up, and I thought, well, shit, Drozda, you didn't do what you were, quote-unquote, supposed to do. You didn't do what you were supposed to do. You didn't talk about your process. You didn't talk about your technique. You didn't talk about your book. You didn't talk about your study. You weren't talking about your quote-unquote work. And
so Donna, let me just stop you for 1 second, because I want to invite you to step aside a little bit, and as you're talking, listening, being receptive and aware from this deeper part of yourself to your talking, so that you get a sense of what is the meaning underneath the words that you're saying. Because I'm getting what's going on here on a deeper level, and I'm inviting, because I know you know how to do that, I'm inviting you to do it as well. Because and if you keep in mind that what we started with, what emerged in that space, when I asked you to ask the question, what wants to come through, was this pain in your tailbone, and then you start talking about it. You said, it's my roots. These are my roots, my, and so what you were doing when you watched the videos is you're questioning yourself. You're questioning your sense of self, but you're looking at what you're doing from this place of lack. That you didn't do this, that you missed that you didn't do this. So you were looking at the results, at your work of art. In this case, let's say, let's look at it that way within the context of your art. But you were looking at it from from, if I may use, because this is the word, this is part of the one of the words of the tagline of the summit, from the lenses of your own victim consciousness, or from the place of lack.
Bingo.
That there is something missing in you.
Yeah. Now, this is so fascinating. I'm so glad we're having this conversation. By the time it got to October the 7th, and I was able, to watch my interview with you, I stepped back and I thought, well, okay, so I didn't do it the way everybody else did it, but I did have fun. However, the triggers had already gone off because I'd already been criticizing myself.
Sorry, I didn't hear the last thing that you said. The truth was, what did you say?
The triggers, my inner triggers for my old pattern of not being enough.
Yes.
Not being enough.
Yes.
Yes. I'm not enough is one of my false identities. So my I'm not enough identity triggers had started to go off prior to October 7th. Layered on top of my resistance to doing the interview in the first place, so I've got this kind of double up now. But then when I watched my interview with you, I felt fine about it, and I started getting really, really nice feedback. Mm-hmm. But the triggers had already gone off. The pattern had already gone off. I wasn't aware of it.
So it's
then my house was burglarized.
Why? Yeah, that's right. Yeah, wow. So powerful, isn't it? We are such
It is so powerful. So people, this is all root chakra, safety and security, belonging to our tribe. This is great stuff.
Yes, it's amazing, and also something else is, it's coming to me right now that I want to I want to share with you is that on one hand, more consciously, you were looking at the interview from the filters of, of who you are more on the surface, this powerful woman who's so comfortable with herself. She's an artist, and she is so, and she loves to have fun, and she lives in this energy of flow. So you were looking at it from that perspective, and you also looked at it from the perspective from another deeper part inside of you that may still have these residues of I'm not enough. And so now, if we're looking at, in the direction of what wants to come through, what is the gift, what is the highest purpose of this, is and I can talk to you this way because I know you also, you are also a feminine power student, or you have been, is that that you're needing to bring these two together. There needs to be a relationship, a relating in awareness of these two a little bit opposite extremes, energies inside of yourself, and then bringing them together so that the part of you that is may still have some roots, there's maybe one root that is still, connected into this field inside of you that I'm not enough, that you can really see it from this larger perspective and then see what the truth is, and then go and support this part of you in saying, but is it really true, that you're not enough?
Yeah.
And so the relating between this part, the bringing together as a part of yourself, I would say that is the first step towards the transformation.
Yeah, I think this was a real edge place for me. It really was, and it did bring up, things from the basement.
Mm-hmm. Of course, and you know what? And this is not to minimize your experience, but I have a suspicion that it probably triggered. This came up with, for a lot of us, a lot of people in the group, because when we are stepping into into visibility, when we're stepping and saying, hey, this is who I am and this is what I'm going to do, of course everything that is not alignment with that will also come up. This, right?
Yeah,
so
exactly.
So it is up to us to be vigilant to that,
right.
and to be ready to say, I welcome you, because I love you, because you're a part of me, and you need to grow with me because you need to become part of me. And at the same time, though, I need to transform your thinking, because your thinking is not in alignment with this larger truth. And so your thinking cannot come with me. So it's almost like you're saying, I want you to come with me, but keep your baggage, not any baggage. That's really clear. Yeah. And so right now it's like it's the bringing her. I'm wanting to, because I know we only have a little bit of time today to do this. So I'm kind of like wanting to move into that direction. Is to recognize, to ask this part of you that has still been, that showed up right now, not enough, criticizing all stuff, to sensing from your feminine wisdom what's needed here. What does she need in order for you to bring her into your energy of truth, which is what the deepest truth about who you are, as opposed to I'm not good enough. So if you look for that, is it really true that you're not good enough? Because there's already evidence that from the feedback, and it's also my feedback, that I had a really I also really enjoyed your interview, because to me it was your essence was coming through.
Yeah.
Not what you had prepared, not your teaching, not all of that, but it was like who Donna really is. Because already has integrated in your body those teachings.
Yeah, I know. It was really fun, and I got so many great love letters and emails. I put them all in a file because people really gave me such nice, excellent, sweet feedback on my interview. So it was all very, very good, but it had already triggered that pattern.
Yes, and that's the gift, Donna, right?
Yes, it is. It is. Now, I did not have a clue before we started 30 minutes ago, and I know I timed this up. I didn't have a clue that this actually sourced itself back when you first invited me so sweetly to take part. And I even said to my assistant, I'm not enough. I don't do enough to do this. She goes, yes, you do, Iona. She goes, you certainly do enough, and please accept the invitation.
So Donna, in fact, yes, I am so delighted because your energy added so much depth, so much sweetness, so much of what it is that we were trying to bring through with the summit. You were doing it just spontaneously and naturally by just being you. So it was actually good, it was very refreshing for me to watch that. So you were being like a mirror for me in a way, Donna. So you were a gift.
Yeah. Well, I am not, I am not in any way embarrassed when I look at that video. I've only watched it twice, but I am in no way embarrassed or feel like I did you any disservice or did myself any disservice. I had a really, really wonderful time.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I so enjoyed sitting with you. And so thank you so much for the 30 minutes here, because I think
I just wanted to say one more thing. I want to leave because, you can continue this on your own, but there is more to do. I want you to live with these things for you to ponder on, for you to inquire into, for you to, is to bridge the gap between this you that you're just talking about it. When you're looking at the video, you perceive the value in it, you perceive the contribution, you perceive the wisdom, the gift, and the part of you that was triggered about not enough, which is that the old residue that you bridge the gap between these two of you. That part of you has a gift for you, and in transforming her, you gain and you trust the gift. And also, the gift is in the direction of, the trajectory of the deeper truth about who you are, which is that you are already very abundant, that you already have so much to give. So much, that you're already successful, that you're already everything that the part of you believes I'm not good enough. It's not even true, because everything that requires for somebody to feel that I'm enough, you're already doing it.
I know, it's kind of crazy. I am, in the world, I am extremely successful, but we all have that little piece, our younger self in the basement.
We all have that. We all have that. And that's
you woke her up.
And and that's the beauty about being, an empowered woman, is that we can say, I'm not perfect. I still have things, but we're saying it from this place, so it's okay. I'm getting information. I'm still honoring myself in spite of that. To me, that is a sign of an empowered woman. Not that we don't have any residue of old, limiting beliefs anymore. That is how we respond to them. That is really a mark of a reflection of our own transformation, of our already growth and evolution.
Yeah.
And you have that, because I see it.
This
has been wonderful. Thank you so much.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much.
So
I am so happy